Welcome to Point Blank Period. Point Blank Period.
Point blank period.
Point blank period.
Point Blank Period. No pressure.
Can't have a baseball conversation without bringing up Ohtani.
He's a great pitcher and a power hitter. Yo, this man's top 5.
I'm still taking today's NFL.
I'm going with the 90s.
None of them are better than Brady.
This is your argument?
No, what I'm saying is, who's MVP? Do they not matter no more?
Like, everything you said before that point is irrelevant.
Not how the NFL works, baby. We drafted your replacement already. So,
I don't got to talk to no peons.
why not just come back and prove?
This time he really going off. Fireworks.
Because we can't argue facts. What I told you when you got involved with this.
This
Grown
is
man business. Grown man business.
We should get like some theme music or song.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, like give me like the Ric Flair theme intro. Get a little spin around so we can announce our award winners.
I like when we break news, when we're hitting it right when it's happening. I like that.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. We got everything going on today. We got Super Bowl coming up. We got an episode coming up for that too. But even more so, we had to get the highlight our winners and our losers for today because we got the NFL honors.
So with that being said, I'm right there with you, and I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Amari. This is our NFL honors episode. I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Amari. What's your thoughts?
NFL honors is, like I said, to highlight our winners and our losers, people, recipients of each and every award, going from NFL MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, to getting down to our rookies, the Defensive Rookies of the Year, and the Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Let's get the obvious one out the way first. Let's go ahead and knock on that door and knock it down real quick.
Oh yeah, you got to talk about our NFL Defensive Player of the Year since we been knew where that was gonna go or where it was gonna land. From the main part for most of the season, Cleveland Browns defensive end Myles Garrett. No brainer on that, but kudos to him. Well deserved on a historic season.
Unanimous. It was unanimous.
Yeah, it was very. It had no choice but to be unanimous. I mean, man had 23 sacks.
He had all 50 votes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't think that's the first time that's happened, but I feel like there's a good chance that could be. But
he said it.
Hey,
he said with the season I had, I was just. He basically said I knew I was going to win the award.
Yeah, I just showed up and I was better than y'all. They put the other people on the screen. Really, sadly, give them acknowledgement. But I mean, you weren't walking out of here with that. To the next, I feel like it is obvious, but it's a little bit of.
Shout out Will Anderson.
I will shout out Will Anderson.
Shout out Will Anderson.
I do want to give a shout out to Aiden Hutchinson. One, for coming back from a gruesome injury last year to put yourself back in Defensive Player of the Year voting this year.
Nick Bonito.
Outstanding bounce back, outstanding return. Nick Bonito truly showing himself as a true defensive threat. Back-to-back years in Defensive Player of the Year voting. He actually led the league in sacks for a good majority of the year until Myles Garrett kind of crept up and crept past. But
it was a situation where you were great. He was just greater.
It's nothing taken away from him. It's just, you got to showcase the other guy.
Hey, Mr. Murray.
See what the game is at, though? All pass rushers.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I'm about to ask Mr. Murray. I don't know this to be true. I might be wrong. Was it that 5-sack game that pushed them above him, and then he just started taking off? I don't know exactly when he passed them.
Well, Myles had, I believe, 2 5-sack games. But yes, the first initial 5-sack game, which I believe came against the New England Patriots, is what propelled him past Nick Bonito.
All pass rushers. That's what the game is at now. The biggest imprint on the game defensively is getting to the quarterback.
And the last non-pass rusher, I believe, was Stephon Gilmore.
How about to say it had to be a corner?
What's the boy from the Broncos? I think he got defensive player of the year.
Patrick Surtain. Actually, how do I forget about
last
Patrick Surtain in his season?
No, that won't last year. Was it last year or 2 years?
I believe it was last year. Actually, yeah, it was last year.
I think it was last year. Yeah,
but and the thing is like, and for them to say that it's actually better for you to throw the ball at the ground than throw it near me is insane. Like, you have a better passer rate in throwing the ball at the ground than you do near me.
He is him.
Yeah, he's him at corner. But another trophy that I feel like, I mean, it was up for contest, but I feel like at the end, in the end-all result, it kind of came out to be a no-brainer. NFL Coach of the Year, Mike Vrabel. I mean, of course, we all know his team is heading to play for the Super Bowl in just a couple of days, but you did have some worthy competition for this award. You had the Kyle Shanahans, who, I mean, ultimately went through another battle-tested season where he had almost none of his team, but he still managed to end up having one of the best records and still being in contention for the first overall, the first seed in the NFC. And then you had Mike McDonald, who ultimately is the first seed in the NFC, and then is also playing for a Super Bowl this upcoming Sunday. And then, like I said, Mike Vrabel as well. So it's like I said, it was a great group of contestants. Mike Vrabel ultimately coming up on top. I mean, second-year quarterback, going to a Super Bowl, first year in the system or in this environment. It makes a whole lot of difference into what he just did with this team. Katie, what you got to say on that?
Yeah, I like you said, this was an interesting and entertaining run because there was a whole bunch of viable candidates because it was some high level coaching done this season with certain teams. You spoke of one, like you said, is headed to play in the Super Bowl, Seattle, Jacksonville, how Liam Cohen came in there and was able to ignite them. Ben Johnson with the Caleb Williams. So it was a lot of viable candidates, but Mike Vrabel just, and it was slightly because it was 19-16 the vote total between him and Liam Cohen. But you can't go wrong with Mike Vrabel right now as far as how he turned this team around in his first year, and now he has them as one of the last two teams playing. And but the proof is in the pudding, man. This is he's been here before. This is his second coach of the year, so he has validated in his position. So,
hey, Mr. KD, do you think anybody could have won the Coach of the Year besides him? Because I'm gonna say this. I always been speaking about this on the podcast in particular. Ben Johnson. I didn't believe in Caleb until Ben Johnson. So is that the definition of a Coach of the Year, or Shanahan, or anybody else, or even Shanahan in particular, where he had an injured team and he took them still to the playoffs? Should won this besides him?
Like I said, it's viable candidates.
I think all of them were in consideration. I don't disagree with you for saying that, because I think the main thing that would pick anybody in the running for being Coach of the Year is the changing of culture, especially going from like Ben Johnson. I mean, you literally just went from being a team that was the first overall pick. You had the first overall pick, but now you're playing for a spot where you pretty much won your division, and now you're in the playoffs. So you move from one, like you were just stating in our last episode, you swung the pendulum. You swung the pendulum of the entire NFC North, moving from being the Lions offensive coordinator to being the Bears head coach.
Yeah,
so
but
yes, I do think that makes a big difference.
With all that said, if Mike Vrabel is still in the candidacy, you can't put none of those guys over him. Yeah. And of course, it helps his case that, like I said, he's one of the last two teams standing.
Look, I'll right there with you, Mr. KD. Like, you can say everything you want to say, but look at who's in the Super Bowl. If you're talking about Mike McDonald, then maybe. But if you ain't in the Super Bowl, obviously you're not the Coach of the Year. Like the two coaches that got their teams to the Super Bowl is the coach of the year. And then look at what everything they had to go through that. So I'm right there with y'all. So with that
Liam
being
Cohen
said,
is somebody that I say needs to get more credit for coaching for him.
you say, who was that?
Liam Cohen. He needs more credit for what he was able to do this year.
No. He's still making Trevor Lawrence looking like he's supposed to be the first overall pick in that draft. So with that being said, Mr. Amari.
First overall projected pick since we was in 8th grade. That man's looking like how he was supposed to be.
Talk about it.
He ain't never. That man took.
He was never supposed to look bad. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do.
But me and Mr. KD, we always give him a certain slight to the coach that he had.
You had Urban Meyer.
Yeah, you had trash coaches until now.
We gotta grade them on the curve.
You had Urban Meyer as the head coach, then you had Doug Peterson.
Hey, Doug ain't trash. Don't do that.
No, Doug ain't trash, but Urban Meyer might set you back.
We want to talk about it.
The door open.
What did he do after? What did he do since then? What did he do since that Super
Doug
Bowl
ain't
run?
Doug ain't no
what did he do
trash.
since that Super Bowl run?
Doug ain't trash, man.
We give any. Hey, we've been sitting here. Mike McCarthy ain't did it. Mike Tomlin ain't did it. But Mike Tomlin had one season.
We can't call them trash though.
What did he do?
We can't call.
You said Zach Taylor went to the Super Bowl. He ain't win, but y'all still been doing something. You say Zach Taylor trash. Doug Peterson.
I never said it was trash. I never said it was trash. Never said it was trash.
You calling for that man's job, but Doug Peterson.
Yeah. Oh, you can be fired without being trash. That's two different things.
You right. You can be. He need to be let go, and that's why Doug Peterson was let go for both jobs.
Man, Doug Peterson
ain't got one right now, right?
Doug Peterson is a good coach.
He ain't got one right now.
And they was pretty good that first year with Doug. They just couldn't capitalize on it. They made it to the playoffs, and the Chargers whole situation.
Oh, that's the Chargers, and then then the next year he went from.
So my man had 1 year. I don't know what happened, but he had a year.
Yeah, you're right. He had a Nick Foles year.
It might happen with Liam Cohen. We don't know.
Hey, you are right.
All right. With that being said, Mr. Amari, give me another, I guess, NFL honors that went down tonight. It's on you, Mr. Amari.
The NFL AP Comeback Player of the Year awarded to Mr. Glass himself, Christian McCaffrey.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he on it tonight.
I do. Christian McCaffrey's game is no other one of those premier backs in the league, and another All-Pro awarded to him. But the man has been how many times has he won this award? I'm pretty sure he's won this award at least 2 or 3 times. I don't think we need to keep giving the guy that's coming back the Comeback Player of the Year award.
Yeah, so that means hey, Mr. KD. What she say?
You say he only could be comeback player once.
Wait. We were just talking about NIL eligibility. You got to have a different level of eligibility for this award if you'd have seen it 5 times.
Hey, Mr. KD, what y'all the players say one time?
You rigging it. You rigging it.
You rigged it. Yeah. You keep going out with the devastating injury and coming back and having all-pro seasons.
I do not agree with his standpoint. I'm just speaking. I do not agree with his standpoint.
But Mr. KD, what y'all the players say?
Well, if you what is different?
It's the difference between being hurt and being injured.
Go ahead, Mr. KD. What she say though, Mr. KD? What she say?
Yeah, if you won the award multiple times, doesn't mean you lost a lot. But it's different with this one though, because this is not.
No. That means if you the comeback player of the year multiple times, you got hurt a lot.
You was the biggest loser last year. You lost your season, so they awarded you for one this year.
Do you think it's justified? I think the only one that you can argue with,
I do think it's justified,
is Aiden Hutchinson. I guess
I do think CMC winning the award is justified. I mean, hey, man, he was like we talk about it all the time. He is literally the 49ers offense. And they had a 14-3 record, so I think it kind of shows that he's pretty good. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson was very much a consideration, being that he put his name in Defensive Player of the Year vote and having 14.5 sacks after literally breaking his leg the year before. I feel like it was very much a great.
Oh, my boy Trevor was up there.
But
Trevor was up there.
Yeah, I'm about to say it was a great run in cash, but I mean, of course, CMC came away with it.
Shout out CMC. I know this is probably, and of course, I'm speaking from experience as well because Joe Burrow won this award before. This is not an award you want to win, but kudos to you in winning it in itself.
But with that being said, if you won it, that means that whatever I was last year, I'm so much better than that.
You had no choice but to be.
There you go.
What are you talking about?
There you go. No, because I think Dak was in this also, and I don't know if
he broke his leg last year.
Okay. Yeah, he was.
So basically, what Amari is saying,
literally coming
everybody better
you were being at your lowest last year, and then you came back and you did good this year. I'm awarding you for the season you couldn't have, so you did it this year.
So let me ask you.
Man did have 2,100 scrimmage yards, though. It ain't like he just came back and played.
Justified.
That's what I'm about to go at with Mr. Amari, because we was talking about earlier the 1,000 back. You said Christian McCaffrey, that's 1,000 back. That's him. So
that's the premier back.
Go ahead. Speak about it.
I would say that's the premier back. Roger Craig, and now you gonna pick LT to no Christian McCaffrey's that back now to give you the example of that back then if you need another one.
Right.
LT was a premier running back who happened to be able to catch the ball.
And sorry to say, never mind. I'm not even gonna say it.
So with that being said,
that Christian McCaffrey better than LT. If we take health outside of it, Christian McCaffrey is better than LT.
Oh my goodness!
It's a sad window to open, but if you,
hey, Mr. Amari, that will be a versus coming up.
Talk about Marshall Faulk and LT
soon. It's coming up next episode because I never heard such malarkey. But with that being said, Mr. Amari,
I already know what's coming. Your whole argument is going to be injuries, and then I can't argue that. But yeah,
I can. But Mr. Amari, with that being said, who else we got for the NFL honors? Any more awards?
NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year. Cleveland Browns linebacker Carson Schwarzenegger.
Well deserved.
If you've had the choice to really tune into a Cleveland Browns game,
right?
You've seen this young man has played like no rookie. He plays seemingly like a 10-year veteran from the opening snap. Like he's all over the field, making all types of plays and coverage, stuffing the run, shifting the defense and making them changing alignments and everything. He played lights out all year, so I can definitely say he did beat out who was one of my picks, Nick Emmanwori. He beat him out. Who I'm honestly kind of shocked for another rookie that was all over the place playing with his hair on fire for the Seattle Seahawks defense all year. Is well deserved for Carson Schwarzenegger. So now we have two trophy winners in Cleveland.
No. Just you got to be specific when you talk about Cleveland. On Cleveland's defense.
So that's two trophy winners in Cleveland.
And Mr. KB, that's crazy. We got two defensive award winners to Mr. Amari point. We got the defensive player of the year. We got the defensive rookie of the year. And I don't know exactly how many games they won, but I'm going to say 6. I don't know exactly how many games. And we still ain't winning the games. What can they do if we got two?
I've been saying that, and we've been saying that. The defense is not the problem. Cleveland's defense has been good for the last 3 to 4 years. They're not the problem. They might not
be good next year.
Swartz coming back.
Hey, don't say that.
Nah, I don't think so.
That man told them.
What did he say on his way out, Mr. Amari?
He told them to I can't use his French, but to piss off.
How many
and to go screw themselves because they went over him.
How many defensive coordinator interviews have they had?
Hey, I don't know.
None. He coming back.
I would say that I'm not gonna let that news leave house yet.
That boy Myles Garrett said, "F Cleveland, I want to go." They showed him that money. What happened?
Jim Schwartz might not care about that.
He stayed.
Show him that money. He'll be back. He'll be back.
If I'm Shorts, I gotta go.
Listen, if I pay you like a head coach, I bet you'll come back.
if I pay you like a head coach,
Now I ain't saying the exact
when
money, but
there's
I'm just
still
saying you
head
get
coaching opportunities on it, you could
ain't no
barely
more head
get a
coach
head
opportunities.
coach.
What opportunities he got? Nobody interviewed Jim Schwartz but Cleveland.
Because they didn't know that he was looking for a job.
Ain't no more available opportunities. That man going back to Cleveland. They gonna give him a huge raise. He'll be back in Cleveland, and that's how they gonna move forward.
All right. With that being said, Mr. Amari, I want to ask you, who is the offensive player of the year? Rookie offensive player of the year. I'm sorry about that. It's on you, Mr. Amari.
NFL offensive rookie of the year is Tetairoa McMillan, wide receiver of the Carolina Panthers. He did have a good drawing of players to actually in his running for this award. You had Tyler Shuck, quarterback from the New Orleans Saints. Jackson Dart, quarterback for the New York Giants. You had running back Travion Henderson from the New England Patriots. And then you also had wide receiver Emeka Egbuka from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Personally, I think this running was mainly between Tetairoa McMillan and Emeka Egbuka. It was on a battle of who was gonna win the NFC South, and luckily Tetairoa McMillan helped his team win the NFC South, which ultimately got him this award. KD, what thoughts do you have on this?
Yeah, we've been nailing this one. Wow. Pause. We've been hitting at this one for a long time, with Tet being the lead dog in that race. And so yeah, hands down, he deserves it. The surprise of it for me is that Egbuka didn't get any first place votes.
That is actually very alarming, being that like I picked Egbuka to be the front runner, being because of his situation, and he started out hot early, but then it kind of fizzled off a little bit later on. Whereas Tet was kind of just ramping up and kind of stacking games together.
Yeah.
But another surprise that I do have from this was that one of the only other 1,000-yard rookie pass catchers wasn't in the running.
Who's that? I don't know. You want to take the floor? Who are you speaking of? We would love to know.
You know, I'm much well endowed into my positions. Harold Fannin Jr. I mean, of course, he's another Cleveland Brown person. I don't really want to keep harping on them too much or giving them this much praise. But him being 1,000-yard tight end, I felt like would have kind of put him in a bit more of a conversation, especially against Tetairoa McMillan. And I feel like his thing was the fact that he was also a 1,000-yard receiver.
I think he definitely deserves some recognition. But who would you knock out? Like, you got the top 5. Who would
Travion Henderson, easily.
Yeah, I agree.
I see why, because he was a big point in how New England took their offense to a new level. But I think Harold Fannin was beyond that. He was a big key in Cleveland's offense all year. Granted, it didn't amount to much, but he still ended up with a 1,000-yard campaign, which I do think was worthy of him getting acknowledged.
I can give you Travion Henderson.
All right. With that being said, Mr. Amari, who else we got? So we got the offensive rookie of the year. We got defense. We got the defensive player of the year. I guess
we're only missing one more, and that's we're missing 2 big awards. We have the offensive player of the year and the MVP.
Now, that's what I want at. I think my natural transition is the offensive player of the year, and then we'll get to the MVP. It's on you, Mr. Amari.
I say, yeah, I think it is more fitting to say the best player for last. But the NFL Offensive Player of the Year was none other than I'm gonna use his new nickname as they've been giving him, the Emerald City Route Artist.
Oh, whoa.
Jackson Smith-Njigba, the wide receiver of the Seattle Seahawks.
Where's the board at? Who is the board that approved this name?
Hey, anybody on the internet can come up with anything, but reporters have actually been calling him this in interviews leading
Say
up
it
to
again.
the Super Bowl.
Emperor. What was it?
The Emerald City Route Artist.
Okay.
Nah, that makes sense.
I thought you said the Emperor. For some reason, I thought you said Emperor, but
no, Emerald.
Emerald. Yeah, that makes sense. Where he at, location, and he might be the best route runner in the league right now.
That's where we have a problem.
Including Chase and Jefferson.
That's where we have a problem.
including. I say, yeah, that works. But yes, Jackson Smith and Jigba wins the Offensive Player of the Year award. Very much so, leading the league in receiving yards. So being a part of one of the most explosive offenses so far this season. And this is also right before his first Super Bowl berth. It's all kind of coming in wonders for him. Congrats to him. Congrats to the other players in the voting. So Drake May, Josh Allen, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Murray, I got to ask you this question. I got to, because when you said Josh Allen, you said it with like a tent of why is he here? Like, that's how it sounded. I don't know how you said it, but it sounded like Josh Allen. Like, why is he here? Like, I mean, he deserved to be there, top 4.
I can agree, but for somebody that won an MVP the previous season to be in the Offensive Player of the Year voting this year and not the MVP voting would be kind of lackluster, would it not?
A little bit, but sometimes, Mr. KD,
at that point you're an underachiever. Are you not?
My fact, Mr. KD for a second. Mr. KD.
I know. I'm just saying, but like if he was
if
you win Offensive Player of the Year versus you win an MVP the year before, that sounds like an underachiever. Are you not?
Well, if you had playoff success, we can let that slide. But when you have 5 interceptions in the playoff game to sit your team out,
these awards was doled out or nominated before the playoffs, so the playoffs have no bearings on regular season awards.
It don't have no dictation on the award, but it does have a dictation on the viewers.
So we're talking about the playoff. But I was coming to you for solace. I was saying this, Mr. KD. Sometimes, because we always talk about wrestling on this podcast, sometimes I can't be the heavyweight champion. I might got to be the Intercontinental champion.
That title don't really carry much weight when you start talking about you a 14-time. No, they talking about the world title.
What Amari was hitting at is, if you just lost the WWE championship and now you're the Intercontinental champion,
you're looking at you as
we're not looking at you as or at least he's the Intercontinental champion. No, you just fell off.
You not the dog no more. If you was the MVP last year and you don't be an MVP, you're not an MVP voting this year. What are you doing?
Nah, it ain't what he doing. This is why coaches get fired. This is exactly why. So with that being said, before
we're not going to end
this segment talking about Josh Allen. JSN earned this award, and we're not going there. JSN deserves this award more than Josh Allen in any facet of the evaluation. So we're not
I want to ask both of y'all this question. JSN, we're going to take Josh Allen out. Is there anybody, maybe Christian McCaffrey, anybody that you think can stand a candle or maybe be more valid to get this award? Just this opinion.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey. I mean, if you could have leaned to either of the quarterbacks. You could have said a Matt Stafford, a Drake May. You could have leaned to the quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence was also another one they could have leaned on.
I never understood that part. I get it because you don't want to just overdo it. But if an offensive guy wins MVP, obviously he has to be the offensive player of the year. Like I always didn't understand that.
You don't want to double stack somebody.
Yeah, I get it, but
like I said, I feel like if you were to pick anybody else, you could have leaned the quarterback's way. As far as receivers, I don't know if you would have leaned to another receiver. Like I said, the second best option would have been the Christian McCaffrey or one of the quarterbacks. But we still do have one last award. I feel like we need to get this out. But our NFL MVP of the season, none other than Matthew Stafford, quarterback of the Los Angeles Rams.
Well,
Teddy, you've been saying this since like week 5. So how you feel?
My man's is no. I won't week 5. I'll bow down. I think
it was still Daniel Jones.
I was about to say I was still on that Daniel Jones train in week 5.
It like week 8, week 10?
Yeah, like week 8 on. I was pretty solid. with Stafford. But no, it's nobody you can give that award to over him this year. To win your first MVP at the age of 37 is a feat in itself. But a topic we need to speak about,
the topic we need to bring back up
is Matthew Stafford's career is.
You already know I'm on it.
I'll say we've already talked about it. This is a conversation we need to readdress. Now that he has officially has this award, what does that do for his career now?
Well, I'm talking about we need to dive in the whole retrospect of this man started in Detroit when Detroit was the
16 and everything. I got you, Mr. KD.
And now where I'm at, man.
I'm getting to the playoffs and getting sent home.
That's the thing. You know what, Amar? You know what? Keep this energy Tuesday when we come back.
He said that's a 30 for 30 because I'm right there with you, Mr. KD. And I'm right with Mr. Amari.
Yeah.
With that being said,
he had 30 wins by the time he hit 30, and then they sent him somewhere where he could get 30 more.
In 2 seasons. Yeah. My other 30, that was like 9 seasons, but I got that 30.
It's definitely a big accomplishment. I will give you that.
But then also you got to think, like that's what I'm saying, the whole retrospect. When we look back on things, he's played with Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, Calvin Johnson. Got to say Calvin Johnson, Golden Tate.
Golden Tate.
You're right. My bad.
So
at that point, we got to start pulling out the Kenny Galladays, the Marvin Jones.
Yeah, I get it.
So both of y'all, and we're gonna do this next podcast, and I want y'all to all tune in. Thank y'all for listening. Did he overachieve or did he underachieve?
He wasted a lot of years.
I can say he overachieved for somebody coming out of that 2011.
Mr. Amari, we're gonna speak about that in the next podcast. But I want to
ask the question now.
No. You got to get
imagine what his career could have been if he didn't play in Detroit.
We gotta give people something.
What my man Kanye say? I guess we'll never know.
We'll never know.
But my only question to you, Mr. Amari, is this: is there anybody? Because in my observation, I don't think there's a number 2. I'm talking for the MVP.
Well, you got to pick a number 2, but it ain't
number 2. But
it ain't no threatening number 2.
Outside of Stafford, who could actually been the MVP of the league? I'm really curious.
I think we're gonna differ. I think we're gonna disagree because I think I know what he's gonna say.
I'm sorry, Mr. Amari.
Yeah, I know what he's gonna say.
What, Christian McCaffrey?
Oh, whoa! You surprised me. I thought you were gonna say Drake.
No.
No, I don't. That's still not my person, but yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have picked anybody but Matt Stafford, but yeah, I mean,
you're not about to try to patch up that wound. You talked crazy about Christian McCaffrey when he won his Comeback of the Year award, but now you nominated him the last 2 categories as the runner-up.
He could have definitely won Offensive Player of the Year. I'm gonna always pick him for that because I mean, any team he's on, I bet you he's the focal point of that team. And he collectively had more yards than JSN had receiving. So.
Oh, Stafford! Breaking news: Stafford has already committed to next year, so don't even bring that retirement.
I mean, he said the guy he likes playing for, Sean McVay. So therefore, you want to continue to play. He said something about.
Remember 2 years ago, we was talking about Sean McVay retiring. He was talking about retiring.
Yeah, he said he was going to retire.
So yeah,
he said he get another one. He can retire at the top of the world.
But no, you said Christian McCaffrey is your runner-up. I was going Trevor Lawrence.
Because of the turnaround? I mean, he started off the season trash.
It ain't about MVP ain't about how you started.
MVP is somebody that's consistent.
MVP
Man,
is how
was consistent.
Looking back on the season. No, I'm not taking it from Stafford. We both agree on that. Stafford is the winner. We're talking about if we had to pick a second guy. If I had to pick a second guy, I'm gonna go Trevor Lawrence.
If Trevor Lawrence was the second most valuable player to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some drunken glasses that you got there.
Yeah,
I don't understand that one.
I don't care who the best route runner. I'm gonna tell you who the best receiver.
I'll say it's like
you need to be quiet. It's on him. It's on him.
Yeah, you can go for the best route runner.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would still have to probably give that to Jamar Chase. Short routes, medium, intermediate routes, deep routes. He's open. I say JSN primarily open on the deeper routes, and same thing with Justin Jefferson. He's a deep route runner.
When you're talking route running, we got names that you didn't even bring in that need to be like Amon-Ra St. Brown is the real competition. His route running
and his intermediate and short route running is elite versus his deep route running because he doesn't have deep speed, so it's kind of like his deep route running isn't that exceptional because there's no breakaway.
What you talking about, like go balls?
Yeah, no, not like a go ball, but like a deep post. It's like he'll beat you off the cut, but you know your catch up speed or your recovery speed will get there. But like I said, with a Jamar Chase separates to the point where you can't recover. Same thing with Justin Jefferson when it comes to a deep post.
And we got to be respectful to these guys. We're talking about Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. JSN just had his first stellar year. We can't put him in that realm.
I say Jamar Chase has been having. I think this last season was probably the first season he hasn't had 1,000.
Oh, he had 1,000. He just
didn't have 1,000.
Yeah, he had 1,000. He didn't have 10 touchdowns.
Yeah, he barely got over 1,000.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying.
You know how I personally feel like this. We can't just put names in rooms after 1 year. Like you gotta to get in certain rooms. You got to do this a few times before we can put
this was his first big number year. I was about to say he was routing stuff.
Well, he's been good. His progression has been on par. No, his progression has been on par. But we can't put him in the room with Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. That's a tight room. You can't just get in that room.
I mean, and it's funny that you put Amon-Ra in the room because when I said it the last time, you didn't want to put him in the room.
I didn't put him in the room with those two names. I said route runner, he's in that room. But when we just limit it to 3 and we're going Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, JSN.
I feel like he done had, I believe, 2 1,500-yard seasons.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Marvin, let me ask you this question.
That's why he got to come up first.
Hey, Mr. Marvin, let me ask you this question. JSN had Sam Darnold. Justin Jefferson had Sam Darnold. What is the difference? So I'm saying that to say both of them had the same quarterback, but different outcomes. What you think about that?
One got to the Super Bowl, one didn't. I mean, Sam Darnold choked in the playoffs with the Vikings, and he didn't this year. That's the only thing I can say. You also had no.
Geno Smith on his side, on JS's side.
Yeah. That was it.
Or if you want to say positive, I had Kirk Cousins. If we're going back to Justin Jefferson's side, so but
JSN was putting up numbers in college.
No, I was talking Sam Darnold, not Kirk Cousins. But go ahead, Mr. Amari.
Oh no! To the point of them both having Sam Darnold, one got good regular season Sam Darnold, and one got the Ginger Jesus.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We don't like that question. Will put more of a focus on which Sam Darnold did you get in which moments, and that takes away from the focal point of the receivers.
Hey, so
I like JSN.
Because at that point, we need to bring up Brandon Marshall and the Sam Darnold he got.
I think JSN outroute both of them guys. And I think it goes to, I think one day I made the point about speed with St. Brown. He don't have the speed to beat you deep, but his routes is elite. Up to the point he's in the Super Bowl. Them other guys.
Him to Jamar and Jetta. They both have that speed. So what are we talking about?
Route running.
But you just said the separation is the speed.
No. I said that he doesn't have the speed, so he's precise on the route running.
Ooh,
because JSN.
Oh, he got the speed.
JSN got the speed.
No, I don't think he's. If I pick him, Chase, and all them, I think they are more of a deep ball.
I believe he's.
Go ahead.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why he don't belong in that talk. That's why he don't belong there yet.
I mean, they can take the top off more than he can. But go ahead, Mr. Murray. What you got to say?
I think, like I said, with the same thing with Amon-Ra, JSN's primary thing. I mean, of course, his route running is a big key thing for any wide receiver, but he excels with his routes so much, and he's able to sell, especially like he's able to sell a post like a vertical so well that he separates so far from the defensive back that there's no recovery for them, even with or without the speed.
He's a great route runner. Let me make that clear. I'm not arguing that he's not valid. I'm just saying you can't put him in certain rooms after just one phenomenal season. You can't. That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
you put him in a very tough room.
Mr. KD, I'm putting him in that room. With that being said,
then, so you say he top 5 right now then?
I'm putting him in the room of the guy in the Super Bowl. And with that being said, you know me personally, I got him as my MVP. So not only do I believe he's that guy and he's an elite route runner, I came up with that question off the top of my head because of what y'all was saying. But he will win the MVP.
This is what MVP.
What are you talking about?
Super Bowl MVP. Super Bowl MVP.
No, you picked Rashid Shaheed last week. You can't do that.
No, that was my X factor. That was Shaheed was my X factor.
We didn't do MVP.
You said what?
We didn't do an MVP, did we?
Yes, we did. I don't think y'all even listened to the questions that y'all answered. Yes, we did.
You picked JSN?
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you how you know. When I say this, you're going to understand exactly when I said it. I said, Amari, did I enunciate it properly?
He did.
His name, because I got his name kind of.
Who did I pick for MVP?
Sam Darnold. We both picked Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got him there, and he's going to route these men up in the Super Bowl. He's going to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, he got
that's kind of hard because he got to go up against Gonzo.
He got Christian Gonzalez chasing. Now I remember last week. Yeah, I remember because he got Christian Gonzalez chasing him now.
He had to go against Gonzo all day.
I want to change. My X factor is Cooper Kupp.
Oh, that's a great X factor. That's a great
X factor.
I want to change my Who did
I
say? I said Kenneth Walker before.
Yeah.
I probably still would side with Kenneth Walker because he's more.
I'm still taking Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth Coop. That's his X factor. That's what we going with.
Yeah, Kenneth Kupp.
Yeah, Kenneth Kupp. Yeah, Kenneth Kupp.
Cooper Walker.
The third.
Cooper Walker sound wider than Kenneth Walker.
I want everybody to know, if y'all stand in front of these 3 men, we're going to rock you up. And we're going to win every time. Why is that, Mr. KD?
We ain't come to play, cuz.
That's what it is. We out.